All right, guys, back again. And yes, you can tell we have the face for radio. Yeah, we're trying something new tonight. We're doing our Zoom, we're doing our first Zoom. Actually did a Zoom interview with Warren Meredith from the Tame and Sorry group. Great, we did a great interview there. But with me tonight, as you can see, and he's a little more Zoom savvy than I am with the background he's got there. I mean, come on, really uh, is Mr. Billy Parker, my frequent co-host of the show. What's up, Billy? How you doing?
What's happening, Stevie? Yeah, I figured I'd take it up a notch. So, love a journey. So, represent it tonight.
Yeah, you're making me look bad too. So, yeah.
Not hard.
Anyway, if you could tell, my internet's kind of sucky, and there is a little bit of a lag between when Billy hears me when I'm talking. So if there's a gap there, you know why. It's not Billy's hard of hearing or can't understand English, maybe, but it's because
Maybe.
we've got crappy internet. I've got crappy internet. Billy's got great internet. I've got crappy internet. But tonight, we've been trying to do this for a few weeks, and between my schedule and Billy's schedule of adulting, it's been hard to do. So we finally got it worked out this afternoon where we could do this tonight. So we're going to try it. We're going to give it a try. Excuse the technical difficulties if we have any, but tonight we're going to do our top 10 Journey songs, and this is going to fall into. We're going to try to set up our top four seeds for our bracket. We just got through with another bracket the other day. I think it was from 85, the Billboard from 85 in June. Maybe it was 87 because Pour Some Sugar on Me ended up winning the whole bracket. It dominated everybody. So really wasn't much of a competition. So tonight, though, top 10 Journey. What a coincidence. Today, Journey releases their new song from their new album, The Way We Used to Be. Billy, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to it or not. I watched the video.
It did. It did.
It's a pretty good, it doesn't sound Journey-like to me. I mean, but Neil Sean has got the guitar going, but Arnell he sounds good. He sounds good, but it's a different kind of sound from Journey right here, which I like it. I like the song,
Yeah.
and it deals with the COVID relationships with COVID. If you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, being separated, the way we used to be, getting back to the way we used to be. What do you think about it?
It's you kind of nailed it. I like the song. I thought there's nothing wrong with the song at all. It's a good song. It didn't feel very Journey to me. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Whenever it's not Stephen Perry, it's hard. I mean, Ernell does a good job. He does a great job. He really does. But I mean, he does have a little bit of different voice. But it's a good song. It's hard when I compare it to the Journey stuff. But definitely worth a listen. And they did a nice job with it. It wasn't bad at all. But it didn't not knock me out of my seat or anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Glad to see him releasing new stuff, though.
Yeah, and I will say this. There's a lot of critics out there about, and I'm not going to ramble on about this too much because I talk about a lot. There's a lot of critics out there about, well, nobody wants to see classic rock groups put out new music. And I'm going to use this, excuse my language, that's bullshit. I want to see Journey. I want to see Journey put this stuff out. I want to see, any of these classic bands that want to do it. I'm fine with it. I love hearing new music. And rock music is not dead, by the way. Stuff like this is not dead. Look at Mammoth. I don't know if you got a chance to hear the Mammoth album. Wow. Wolfgang Van Halen does a great job on that entire album. I know there's been some critics out there of it. If you haven't listened to it yet, guys, give it a shot. But it's great stuff. He does an excellent job. I can't rave on and on. I'm so glad to see rock back, and hopefully it'll trend upward now. But tonight, what do you think, Bill?
Absolutely.
Have you had a chance to hear Mammoth yet?
No, I need to check it out. You're going to get me on this one. I'm a Van Halen. I like Van Halen, but I'm not a huge Van Halen guy like, some people are. So I haven't, but I'd love to check it out. I'm sure it's going to be really good. I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, it's really
so
good.
I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, check it out. But all right, let's get right into it. Zoom has got us on a time limit tonight, so we can't ramble on like I would usually, Billy says. So
I know maybe it's good we got a harder stop with Zoom, but it's good to keep us on a schedule a little bit.
Yeah, whatever. So I'm gonna let you start with your number 10.
All right, that sounds great. Listen, when we kind of first talked about this, I was looking at the initial songs, and I'm like, it's really 10 songs that everybody kind of relates to with Journey. But geez, when you start peeling back the layers on this thing, you go, holy cow, that's a lot of songs here.
Yeah.
And it got to be really difficult. One reason I put you off for a little bit, I really had to narrow down my list. I was really struggling here.
Yeah, I figured you would be asking me.
Listen, it's true. I was really having a hard time with it. And, I'm actually, listen, I'm a big Journey fan, and, got introduced to Journey, when I was probably 7th, 8th grade, and was a big fan then, and just have really followed them ever since. So, I was kind of excited to kind of drill down deeper, and more I did, the more interesting it got. And I actually found some songs I haven't even been introduced to. But, so starting with 10, it's kind of something was probably further on top of the list in the beginning, but really kind of started dropping down. All right, corny or not, Journey is going to they're going to have your classic love ballads. They're going to have all your stuff in there. But they've got some really good stuff in there, more rock too. But my first one's number 10 is Open Arms, which, listen, it's a beautiful song. Yeah, I know, it's 10. Is that hard to believe? I got it at 10. You probably have like 2 or 1, right?
I don't have it down. I've got it higher than 10.
It's a great song. I know. I didn't think it was going to drop, but more to listen to this stuff, and I'll be honest, I kind of nailed my list, and I start going back listening to everything. I'm like, okay, somehow it worked its way down a little bit. The beginning of it takes a little bit to get going with Open Arms, so you kind of have to be patient with it as it goes on, but it's a beautiful song, and it's a classic from Journey. But hey, listen, if that's number 10, that tells you a lot about Journey for me.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's number 10 for me.
Yeah. Wow. Jeez. My number 10.
I know.
It goes a little bit further back than Open Arms. It's one of the first songs that Steve Perry did with Journey as a single hit with Journey, and that one, I didn't get into Journey till Escape came out. So going back later in later years and hearing this, Wheel in the Sky is number 10 for me from the album Infinity. That was actually written by the former lead singer for Journey, Robert Fleischman, who goes on to do, he did some minor stuff later on, but yeah, and then they got rid of him. Steve Perry steps in. The rest is history. Wheel in the Sky is my number 10. I hate to see what your list. Good Lord, this is going to be number 9 for you.
I know, it's tough. I actually pushed Wheel Out of the Sky out. It's not on my list. So, and maybe I've just heard it too much. I don't know, but it's a great song.
Yeah.
But it's just hard narrowing it down to 10. So, number 9 is 1983, Frontiers, which is I know it was one of their best. A lot of great songs came out of that one. Is Only the Young. I don't know if you know that one.
Oh, yeah.
Only the Young, 1983. Frontier. Yeah, it's a solid song. 1983, great year with Wolfpack winning a national championship. Journey coming out with great music. To go back to 1983, but that's what I got. Only the Young on that one. I think I have a couple from that album.
Oh yeah. That's another one that you're gonna see on my list in a little bit here. Number 9 for me.
All right.
Kind of a different album because they got rid of so many. There was only 3 main guys left then. This was before Steve Perry left. Raised on Radio. my number 9 is one of they've got 2 signature ballads on there. And one is, to me, it's better than the other. I'll Be All Right Without You is my number 9. You go back and watch these videos from Raised on Radio. How weird is it to see Randy Jackson from American Idol playing bass? And he is
It's crazy.
He is playing bass on the new song. He is in the lineup. Randy Jackson from American Idol.
I did not know that.
Is in Journey right now. Yes. So, yeah.
That's
always
awesome. I know he had the years in there. I didn't.
Yeah, Raised on Radio was a great album to me, but number 9 for me is I'll Be All Right Without You. That was really one of the last big things we got from Steve Perry and Journey. I know he went on to do another album with them, but this was pretty much the last hurrah for them, Steve Perry and Journey. What'd you say your number 9 was again?
Number 9 was Only the Young from Frontiers, 1983.
Let's go to your number 8.
So we're pretty close. So we're number 8. Just to say how kind of close we are. One of my first one out was I'll Be All Right With You. So we were really close on that one. That's an awesome song. I agree with you. It's a really good song. So number 8 is another classic, but it's Separate Ways, that also came off of Frontiers in 1983. Told you it's a great album, but Separate Ways.
Yeah, Separate Ways.
I don't know if you remember that one.
I mean, the famous video with with them playing air guitar and air drums and all that. Kind of look kind of dorky with them doing that. But, that's what I always remember.
80s, man. Back then, everything was.
Yeah, that was kind of bad even for the 80s, though, now, Billy. Yeah. Anyway,
it was.
My number 8. I don't know if you will have this one on. I doubt you'll have this one on your list. It's from Journey Escape, in which several of these songs that I'm going to have on my list is. But one of the main reasons I have this on my list, it's a great song, but Neil Sean's guitar solo on here. If you go back, if you haven't listened to this song a lot, if you go back and listen to this guy doesn't get enough credit. I know a lot of people talk about Neil Sean plays guitar, he's a guitar genius, but when I went back and listened to this song and listened to this guitar solo, it just cemented why this should be on my list. My number 8 from Journey Escape is Stone in Love. If you want to go back and listen to that, just listen to that guitar solo and what he does with it, man, it is awesome. Steve Perry, of course, the whole Escape album, he is a top performance there. So, my number 8, Stone in Love.
Well, I think that's a great choice, and you're right about Neil Sean. He, I think he's undersold on his vocals too. Because there's some songs with his vocals in there too that are pretty good. Yeah. It was a little mixed with Perry in there, but man, it's all Steve Perry all the time. But he's kind of underlooked. He's a hell of a guitar.
Heck yeah!
And that's a good call on that one. Excellent call.
You're number 7.
Yeah, you go back.
I'm sorry.
Number 7, I got. Which one are we?
You were on number 7. I was sorry I interrupted you.
No, you're good. Number 7, I had Feeling That Way from Infinity, 1978.
Wow.
I thought Infinity was pretty darn good as well. So.
That didn't
that one, or I have it too low for you?
No, that didn't make my list.
Didn't make it for you?
No, that one didn't make my list there. So you got me on that one.
So, Infinity was a pretty solid album as well. And going back and listening to that some more, I realized how good it was. Because what was the, Perry came on, his first album was what? Which one? What year?
That was
one
his
in
first.
78, one in Infinity.
Infinity was his first album.
Yeah.
That was when he did Wheel in the Sky.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I really like that one. It was one of those that kind of snuck in there for me, but I've got a couple from Infinity on this list. I was surprised, going back and listening to all the albums. I was like, oh yeah, crap, that's pretty solid. You got to pull it back in there.
Yeah, a lot of people don't go back that far with Journey now. I think
Right.
a lot of people hit Escape and then they go forward, but there are still some great Journey songs before Escape came along.
You really.
Yeah, my number 7 is also from another one from Escape. Escape at the time, I think that's when I really got into Journey. That was in '81, and I think my brother had the cassette. That's telling how old I am and how old you are too, Billy. So, But
Yeah, it is.
You could listen to Escape from start to finish, and I mean, just on your Walkman and just have it in there, and you can listen from start to finish and not hear a bad song. But Who's Crying Now was another one of those songs, the signature songs that I went to on Escape. And Steve Perry, just like I said, I think that was his big coming out, not really coming out, but that was his masterpiece there, what he did on Escape. I don't think he did any bad songs on Escape at all. He was in top-notch performance there.
Yeah, I agree. You're right. You can listen to the whole thing top to bottom. It's good across the board. That's another good one. I mean, it tells you how many great songs there are, because I don't even think we've had any that repeated yet. I know we might as we get a little bit closer, but I mean,
not yet.
Such a
we haven't, but we will.
We'll get there, I'm sure. So number 6, this is actually another Infinity song. In 1978, it's Patiently. Going back and listening to it, and this one might have, this one, okay?
Yes.
It's I kind of forgot about it. And one thing I'm really enjoying about doing this is going back and listening to this old stuff, and I was like, wow, that's a great song that just kind of fell through the cracks through the years. And so yeah, I kept moving it more further and further up. So all the way to 6. So Patiently.
I like Patiently. I forgot, really, that slipped my mind there. But Patiently is a great song, but I still can't see Patiently above Open Arms, though. Anyway. All right.
Sorry.
Number 6 for me. It's another song from Infinity. This is one of those that I really didn't give a big chance when I started listening to Journey. I would hear it on the radio, and I'm like, I don't want to listen to that song. But the more I've listened to it, the more I've come to love it. Lights, when he starts out, that guitar intro alone, when he starts out with that guitar intro, and then you hear Perry kick in when the lights go out in the city, and I guess in my old age I'm mellowing out a little bit, and I've grown to love Lights more and more along the years. It's just a great song, and then it kind of it starts off as a slow number, and then at the end, boy, they really up tempo big time at the end of it. So I love Lights. Lights is my number.
Yeah, they do that with a lot of their stuff. Okay, I'm kind of surprised you had Lights so low on that list, but so I'll give you a hard time about that one.
Okay.
I can just tell you it's definitely higher than mine. So I guess I'm on number 5, huh?
Yep, we're in top
number 5. I got Be Good to Yourself. So I love the opening of that song. I mean, it sucks you in from the beginning.
Yes.
And it just goes. Not like a love ballad. It's not like Open Arms. It just kind of starts quick, starts hard, and it's a fun song to listen to. So Be Good to Yourself.
Okay. My number 5, and this is going to be our first repeat. I remember this was not, when I got this, it wasn't on a Journey album. It was actually on a soundtrack. It was on Vision Quest, the song Only the Young. And there's a lot of Journey songs on my running playlist. This is one of the main songs on my running playlist. I guess because I'm trying to be young again. I'm thinking only the young, but man,
you and me both, bud.
Yeah, that Vision Quest soundtrack was pretty great too. I don't know if you had that or not. If you get a chance to look back at that, Madonna, Sammy Hagar, a lot of John Waite, great soundtrack there. But I mean, and this was kind of when they were, they would have Raised on Radio coming after it. But I guess they were kind of getting where they weren't going to be together anymore. But gosh knows. Great song. Steve Perry, once again, I can't say enough good things about Steve Perry. One of my favorite vocalists of all time. Got a great voice. And nothing against Arnell, because, I mean, Arnell sounds almost exactly like him, but he's just not Steve Perry. I'm sorry. No offense. He's not Steve Perry.
He's not.
Yeah, but my number 5, Only the Young.
And he'd probably be the first to tell you that.
Oh yeah, I mean the guy is so humble. I mean, if you listen to him talk, listen to some of the interviews, he's
amazing.
Even when they went in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, to see what his greeting of Steve Perry, it was just so humble, just a great guy, and he's got a great voice too.
He does. His Arnell's story is incredible.
Oh gosh,
honestly, I don't know if you've had a chance to go watch the documentary of Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
It's a documentary on how they found him. It's incredible. I mean, basically, this guy, I'm pretty sure he's from the Philippines. He was on YouTube. I mean, he was doing YouTube song covers for Journey songs. He didn't even know English. The dude didn't even know English. He just learned the song lyrics. And they're going through all these CD. I mean, they're going through the stuff, figuring out how we're going to find a lead singer. And he said he's about to give up. I think it was Rolly said he's about to give up. And they heard this guy, and it's like, wow, he's got an amazing voice. And so you got to love the guy's story. And he's the first to say, hey, I'm not Steve Perry. And he's not trying to replace Steve Perry. So I think that helps. But it's hard, because it's definitely a difference in the voice. It's a great voice, but it's not Steve Perry's voice. So but they did a great job getting close. So, I give them credit there.
And it's got to be hard on him to, as humble as he is, it's still hard on him to do that. Steve Perry.
It is.
So.
Right. You're not Steve Perry. So, but hey, thank goodness they're still going strong.
Heck yeah.
So that leads me to what, my number 4?
Number 4.
So, all right, I'm going a little outside the box here. And this is just probably my personal experience. So, when you said Perry was kind of done, with that other album, I disagree. I really, really enjoyed when he came back in 1996. So in 1996, they put out another album. I'm totally blanking on that right now.
Trial by Fire.
That was Trial by Fire, which I loved. And I mean, I'm in the middle of college in 1996. I was a big Journey fan. Journey comes out. Perry's back, which is super exciting. So I thought some songs in there were classic. And, listening and looking at different lists, I love it or hate it. I loved it. So there was a song out there called When You Love a Woman. And it's a classic Steve Perry, Journey love ballad from 1996. But I don't know. It's a song that hit me. And I moved it pretty high. And it's probably from personal experience. I just remember that album coming out and getting that CD and listening to it, being like, Journey's back, Perry's back, and this is some classic Journey. So I had to at least get one song from that album up there. So that's what I got.
Yeah, let me make myself clear. I love that song. Trial by Fire was great.
Oh, good. Okay. I thought you were going to give me a hard time.
What I mean by Raised on Radio was pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, the last where they went out on tour. They did a full tour because After
Yeah.
Trial by Fire, you didn't see that song there was pretty much it. Because I think he had some issues going on. He ended up leaving the band.
Yeah.
And you didn't see a whole lot of Journey then. And it could have been if he doesn't, and nothing, I'm not blaming Steve Perry by any means like that. He doesn't have those issues going on, and God, he couldn't help any of those issues. But no telling what Journey would have done after that. I mean, what I'm saying is that was Raised on Radio was the first full-blown Journey album to me to get promoted and all that, because after When You Love a Woman, you really didn't see anything after that. But yeah, great song. I love When You Love a Woman.
Yeah, actually, I mean, that whole CD is pretty solid, to be honest with you. To me, I think the whole CD is pretty good. And one of them that got knocked out that I just couldn't get in there, but I really liked, it's called When I Think of You. So, if you get a chance, whoever's listening, if you get a chance, check that song out, When I Think of You, and check out Trial by Fire. It's really good. It's a great CD.
Yeah, I have to check that out. So my number 4, another repeat, and way up higher from what you had it. Gosh, no. The quintessential power ballad of 1981. I mean, you hear the piano play, Jonathan Cain with the piano, and then Steve Perry hits it. I mean, if you were, granted, I was 8 years old then, so I wasn't really trying to get up on a girl at a dance or anything, but, later on, maybe so. But, yeah, Open Arms, gosh, besides another song is probably the trademark Journey song to me. There's one more song that's, of course, that whenever you think of Journey, you hear this song. But Open Arms, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Comes out in January 82. All over the radio. I mean, freaking Escape was so big. They made a freaking Atari game called Journey Escape. I had it. I played the heck out of it.
I know. Of course you did.
Yeah, and they played the background music for one of them. They had Journey songs in the background, which it was the crappy 8-bit stuff, but they had Journey songs playing in the background the whole time. Great. I mean, if you guys ever want to go on YouTube and look up Journey Escape, the video game, that's how big these guys were then. But yeah, Open Arms, yeah. Even to this day is, if I'm going to a dance, a 16-year-old me going to a dance and there's a girl I'm looking at, I'm hoping they're going to play Open Arms. Either that or Freebird, because that's like 8 minutes long. All right. So top 3, we're in the top 3.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against that. All right, top 3. So number 3, another Frontiers 1983, Faithfully. Now, I think that's kind of one of those classic Journey songs, Faithfully. So to me, that always resonates when I hear that one. So number 3, I have Faithfully.
All right, number 3 for me, we're going to another Frontiers song, and it's a repeat. I'll just say, do this, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Separate Ways. Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Cain, that's another guy that doesn't get a lot of credit for his keyboards. I mean, when he comes out with that what that is. I mean, Jonathan Cain's great. I mean, you think of that trifecta they had back then of Perry, Sean, and Cain, and man, nothing against the other guys, but those were the guys there. I mean, you think about another band that after Journey breaks up, Sean and Cain go on to form Bad English, which was didn't last a whole long time.
Yeah,
that's great band with singer John Waite. I mean, they had some great songs too, but Separate Ways, I mean, take away the video because I'm sorry, guys, I can't watch you up there. And the guy playing the drums, Jonathan Cain was acting like he was playing keyboards. I mean, but yeah.
The keyboard.
Yeah, he's up there like this. I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, great song. That's one of my top 3 Journey songs. Right, number 3 for me, Separate Ways.
That's a great one. Here we
go.
So I guess that gives us the top number 2.
Yeah, number 2 for you.
So number 2, I've got. So number 2 is Don't Stop Believing. I thought you probably think it was number 1, but I got it as number 2. Don't Stop Believing. I know.
What?
He's out. He's out.
What?
Listen, the only reason. Listen, I saw it even. I was watching some top 10 lists. It's.
Oh, don't tell me I lost you right here. Okay,
I
you're
know.
back.
I know. I know.
Back.
I
You're
see
back.
staying on myself.
Go ahead, make your point. I lost you for a second.
So, but no. No, I was just saying it's Don't Stop Believing. That's what everyone thinks is number 1, but it's not number 1. I had it number 1, and I moved it to number 2 just after listening. There he is.
Yeah, we had a little problem there, but we're back.
We're back.
Probably the people from Journey are doing that because you said that.
It may be. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Hey, I got it number 2, man. I didn't put it at number 10. It's number 2. So
I'm writing this stuff
all right, we got
down.
it number 2.
My number 2
All right.
is a repeat. It's a ballad. It's Faithfully from Frontiers. And I mean, as much as I talk about Open Arms, Faithfully is, to me, is a better ballad. But I love both of them.
Right.
And I'm sure John Pritchard is sitting there going like, they're picking all the homecoming dance music again. But yeah, that's what I do.
But it's classic Journey.
It is. I mean, that's
it
what
really
Journey
is.
what Journey's about. Faithfully, got the number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100 in what it was, 82, 83. So Journey had a great stretch there, from 81 to 85, 86. It was all Journey. But yeah, Faithfully is number 2 for me. Now, I got to hear what number 1 is for you.
We're pretty close on that. Well, you've already called it, so it's up there. Lights is number 1 for me. When I hear Lights, I think Journey. I love Lights. It's one of the first Journey songs that really resonated with me. So I think maybe it's a personal thing. Lights is a great song. So Lights, I got number 1.
Wow. Open Arms is 10, and Lights is number 1. Guys, look, as much as I'm giving them a hard time about it, this is what we do it for. You don't want it to be exactly the same, and I don't think we have to worry about that here. But no surprise.
No, we've got some similarities, but
yeah, no surprise what my number 1 is. It's the trademark Journey song, and maybe Billy has a point where it gets played so much that he's got fatigue from hearing "Don't Stop Believing." Because if you listen to the radio on your car, the only Journey song you hear most of the time is "Don't Stop Believing." But "Don't Stop Believing," man, what can you say about that song? It's the most requested Journey song.
It never gets old to me.
I mean, I know it can't get old. Don't Stop Believing. It's got a great.
Every time I listen to it, it's great.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at all these arenas that play it at different parts of games or football games they play it. I think ECU, and you're going to get your state plug in. I'm going to get ECU plug in. ECU plays it during the football games. And the place goes wild. So I mean, it's just one of those songs that. One of the best opening, we talk again, Jonathan Cain, one of the best opening keyboard riffs to start a song. I mean, you automatically know that's Journey. Here we go. There we go. And I mean, what else can you say? I'll have to disagree with you. Number 1, no matter what, is Journey, Don't Stop Believing. That's the number 1 Journey song of all time. And I know people probably say, "Oh, I hear it." Like I said, I'm so tired of hearing it. But I don't ever get tired of hearing "Don't Stop Believing." So,
yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I don't get tired of hearing it. I am a little worried when you run that, if we have the, kind of the bracket, it's almost overstacked, but maybe we'll be surprised, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, we'll have somebody kind of sneak in there and knock it out. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's up there at the top. So, all right. So I guess we got to kind of narrow this down to 4, right?
Yeah.
For your bracket.
Yeah. We're going to narrow this down somehow.
Somehow, because we got a little wide divide here.
Okay, we've got
We've
Don't Stop Believing at 2 and 1. So I'm thinking Don't Stop Believing is going to have to be the number one
that's
seed.
definitely right.
All right.
And then you got
Faithfully is 2 and 3.
Faithfully, I guess we can.
That would have to be
Right.
number 2.
I gotta argue from. Well, I mean, listen. Even though I had Open Arms at 10, I wouldn't even argue including that on the list because it's that great of a song. I would like, I kind of want to have something in there that's not the typical top 10, that's a little outside the box, but I don't know what that is. Patiently might, be one of those songs. I don't know. Be Good to Yourself.
We'll do this. How about this? Open Arms is number 3. We'll put Be Good to Yourself at number 4.
All right, that sounds good.
And the rest.
So how many shows do we do?
This is going to be a 64 song bracket. So the rest of them I'll come up with an order out of the top 10 and
oh wow.
So it's going to be 64 songs in this bracket. I wish you could see your face. Your face is froze right now, and you're like, oh. But
nobody
64 songs that'll start, and I'll probably start getting that together tonight. We'll probably have over the weekend on Twitter. If you follow us on Twitter, the final score E1 or On the Fly. If you find On the Fly on Twitter, follow us, like us, retweet, vote. Get it out there as much as you can to everybody. I mean, we're gonna tag Journey in it. We're gonna tag Neil Sean. We're gonna tag Steve Perry. We're gonna tag Jonathan Kane, Arnell. We're gonna tag all of them in here. We didn't, Arnell's gonna have some representation too because there's a lot of songs that Arnell. I mean, one of my favorite Journey songs that just outside the list was After All These Years. Great ballad by Arnell there. I love that song.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have some representation of that up there too. But this is like the 6th or 7th bracket we've done. We've got great response from people. I mean, the championship, I think the highest votes I've got so far, and it gets higher every time. In the championship of the last one, I think it was Pour Some Sugar on Me versus New Sensation by NXF. And we got almost 500 votes in that championship round. So a lot of people out there paying attention to it. So, and I've had some celebrities actually come on there and make a comment or two. It's pretty great to see the people for that. And also we do it on the final score as well with different sports stuff. But Journey is going to be here. This is going to be it this weekend. The top 64 Journey songs battling it out in a March. Well, let's see, it's June now. What can we say? Can't say March Madness.
Yeah.
So we're going to just say a Journey Madness tournament. Our Journey Madness tournament. So,
and the timing could be perfect with the new release. Hey, we'll give them some free promotion about their new release. Great timing.
Hook us up with some tickets, guys. I mean, we're big fans. So, I mean, look at the background. Look at the background this guy's got up here.
Right here.
Yeah. He worked hard on that background. I'll be better prepared for that next time. I'm new to the Zoom scene, so I'll be better prepared for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a new album because there's a new album coming soon. That was the first single. So a new album, that would be great to hear.
Yeah.
But, we're going to have to get together and do this Zoom again. Hopefully, I got some good news a couple of weeks ago. My internet situation may be getting a lot better in 3 or 4 months. So maybe we'll be able to do this without the technical difficulties like we had tonight. But yeah, always a great time with Billy, because I'm always surprised at what Billy's list is. And this is a great list, though. You know, I don't think you can go wrong with either list. There's some repeats up there, and then we both did outside the box a little bit too. Especially you went outside the box a lot with some of these songs.
I did,
and that's Billy's style there. Billy's going to do that way. But anyway,
well, it was fun kind of doing my studying on this. It was great to kind of take an opportunity and listen to a ton of Journey. So that was a lot of fun in itself. So I've got the Journey bug again. So it's great. I hope everybody else gets the Journey bug when they start going through this list.
Yeah, hopefully we'll start a trend with some Journey stuff here. But yeah, you can't go wrong with Journey. Anyway, maybe in the next couple of weeks we can get back up here and do something again. Guys, get out there, follow us on Twitter. Me and Billy, you can actually follow both our personal accounts on Twitter if you want to. Just look. Billy's got a long one. I don't know how you can find Billy on there. I can barely find Billy's on the Billy PA004324333, whatever. But guys, and any comments you can make on here, anything way you can get us better, please do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our podcast. And get us out there. Give us a 5-star review if you feel like doing that. Don't give us a 1-star review. You know, I'll take a 4 or a 5. Don't give me anything else. Anyway, running short on time. So Billy, any last words?
No, man. Hey, a lot of fun. I can't wait. The bracket comes out. Let's see who lands on top, and let's have some fun with this thing. So
It's
good time,
be
Steve,
good.
as usual. Take care,
All
buddy.
right, guys. All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Like I said, like Billy said, make sure you get out there and vote in your brackets, and we'll see you next week. And that's it for On the Fly. See ya.